If you're a Los Angeles Dodgers fan, you might want to hit that like button right now and subscribe, because what's happening behind the scenes with this team is something nobody saw coming, and it could change everything about this so-called super team. We're talking about serious tension, growing frustration, and a manager who suddenly finds himself right in the middle of a storm. Yes, Dave Roberts is officially under fire, and the pressure is building fast despite having one of the most stacked rosters in baseball history, led by none other than Shohei Ohtani. Now think about this for a second. The Dodgers didn't just build a good team, they built a powerhouse. With Ohtani, Mookie Betts, and Freddie Freeman all in the same lineup, expectations didn't just rise, they exploded. This wasn't supposed to be a competitive team. This was supposed to be a dominant force, a team that overwhelms opponents, a team that cruises into October as the clear favorite. But instead, what fans are seeing has sparked a controversy that's now impossible to ignore. Because here's the shocking part. Even with all that talent, the Dodgers have shown inconsistency that has left fans and analysts questioning leadership at the very top. And that's where Dave Roberts comes in. For years, Roberts has been seen as a steady hand, a player-friendly manager, someone who keeps the clubhouse calm. He even guided the team to a World Series title. But now suddenly, that reputation is being challenged like never before. People are starting to ask tough questions. Is Roberts making the right in-game decisions? Is he managing the bullpen effectively? Is he getting the most out of a roster that should be unstoppable? And maybe the biggest question of all, has the game passed him by? Let's be real here. In today's MLB, managing a super team isn't just about keeping players happy. It's about making bold moves, adapting to analytics, and maximizing every single advantage. And critics are saying Roberts hasn't done enough of that. There have been questionable pitching changes, late-game strategies that backfired, and moments where the team looked completely out of sync. And when a team with this much talent struggles even slightly, the spotlight gets intense. Fans aren't patient when they know what the roster is capable of. Every loss feels bigger, every mistake feels magnified, and that's exactly what's happening right now. What makes this even more dramatic is the presence of Shohei Ohtani. This isn't just any player. Ohtani is one of the most unique, so when things don't look perfect, people don't blame the players first. They look at the manager, they look at Dave Roberts. And here's where things get even more interesting. Some insiders believe there's a disconnect between the team's analytical approach and Roberts' traditional style. The Dodgers are known for being one of the smartest organizations in baseball, using data to gain every possible edge. But if the manager isn't fully aligned with that vision, problems can start to show. You can already see it in certain games. Decisions that don't match what the numbers suggest. Situations where fans are sitting there thinking, why did he do that? And in today's social media era, those questions spread fast. One bad decision doesn't just stay in the stadium, it becomes a trending topic. And let's talk about pressure, because it's reaching another level. The Dodgers aren't just competing, they're expected to dominate. That kind of expectation can either bring out the best in a team or expose every weakness. Right now, it's doing a bit of both. There are moments where the team looks unstoppable, where Ohtani launches a massive home run, where Betts makes an incredible play, where Freeman delivers in the clutch. But then there are games where everything falls apart, where the pitching struggles, where the offense goes quiet, where decisions from the dugout leave everyone confused. That inconsistency is what's fueling this controversy. It's not about one bad game or one bad week. It's about the feeling that something isn't clicking the way it should. And when that happens, people start talking about change. Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Dave Roberts isn't some inexperienced manager. He's been through pressure before. He's handled big personalities, big expectations, and big moments. But this situation feels different. This isn't just about managing a good team. This is about managing a super team in an era where anything less than perfection gets criticized. There's also the clubhouse dynamic to consider. When you have stars like Ohtani, Betts, and Freeman, managing personalities becomes just as important as managing games. Everyone wants to win, but everyone also has their own routines, their own expectations, their own way of doing things. Keeping that balance isn't easy. If there's even a small crack in that chemistry, it can grow quickly. And while there's no confirmed drama inside the clubhouse, the outside noise is getting louder. Fans are debating, analysts are questioning, and let's be honest, fans have short memories when it comes to success. A World Series title buys you respect, but it doesn't guarantee long-term security, especially in a market like Los Angeles. The focus is always on what's happening now. Right now, what's happening is uncertainty. Some fans still support Roberts, believing that he's the right person to lead this team through adversity. They argue that baseball is a long season, that ups and downs are normal, that it's too early to panic. But others aren't so patient. They see missed opportunities, questionable decisions, and a team that isn't fully living up to its potential. And in their eyes, that's enough to start asking for change. This divide among fans is what makes the situation so fascinating. It's not a clear-cut case. It's a debate, a growing tension that could go in either direction depending on what happens next. And what happens next is crucial. If the Dodgers start dominating, if they go on a winning streak, if everything clicks, this controversy could fade away quickly. Roberts could go from being under fire to being praised for keeping the team together. But if the struggles continue, if the inconsistency remains, if the big moments don't go their way, the pressure will only increase. And at some point, the front office might feel forced to act. That's the reality of sports at this level. It's not always fair, but it's always intense. And let's not forget, the presence of Shohei Ohtani changes everything. When you have a generational talent like him, the window for success feels even more important. You don't want to waste seasons. You don't want to look back and think about missed opportunities. That urgency adds another layer to this situation. It's not just about winning, it's about maximizing a historic roster. So now the question remains, is Dave Roberts the right manager to lead this team to that ultimate goal, or is this controversy a sign that something needs to change? That's what everyone is watching right now. And here's the thing, in baseball, things can change quickly. A few wins can shift the narrative. A few losses can intensify the criticism. It's a constant battle, not just on the field, but in the perception of the team. Right now, the perception is that something isn't quite right. And until that changes, the spotlight on Dave Roberts isn't going anywhere. So keep your eyes on this story because it's far from over. The Dodgers are one of the most exciting teams in baseball, but they're also one of the most scrutinized. Every game, every decision, every moment matters.